What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Powerstroke Tech Talk Podcast. This is number 28. We are back. We are live. We are talking about our trucks. We're talking about the power strokes and how they affect us, what we're doing to them. We got our same crew, Ryan, DS, Matt, and yours truly. And we got newcomer Cody. We're going to talk about oil.
No, I will
We're going to
leave.
get it off the rip. It just happens.
Dude, I will leave.
It
Matt,
just happens.
Don't worry. It's gonna happen naturally. Don't worry, Matt.
Yeah,
All
we got.
You know what?
We got some things we're gonna go over.
I'm ruining your intro. If you guys want to hear us talk about something more than oil, leave it down in the comments. I know you guys love calling us the oil cast.
We're gonna go through the comments from some of the last podcasts because we had a lot of good ones. A couple of guys had some good questions, as a matter of fact. But if for you guys that can't check us out on YouTube or don't have YouTube Red, make sure to get us up on Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and all those other fun ones that you guys download mainstream podcasts from. So, Cody, calling from the Florida State, and I had talked to him earlier this week, a little more in depth, or actually maybe last week or something, about his Frankenstein, and it's a power stroke. It's definitely worthy to be on here, and I guess I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a picture on here or put it up so everybody knows what we're talking about. But why don't you start off? Tell me, I don't know, maybe what you do, what you got. Let's talk fucking trucks, man.
All right, so I have a 97 HD with a 7.3. It's a super cab long bed truck,
Hell yeah.
5-speed with just about every power stroke part you can put on it from every year. It doesn't matter the year.
Oh wow.
Let's see if this will focus real well.
Oh,
shoot,
wow.
Perfect.
It's got every year. It's got literally every year.
Wait,
year?
what bed is that?
Long story short, it went over a cliff and I had to put a bed on it.
There's cliffs in Florida?
No, it was in Kentucky on the way back from Michigan. So
Wow. Did you fall asleep? Like what happened?
Long story short, it was early morning. We were loading up in the hotel parking lot. I threw a blanket in the truck and the blanket hit the shifter and it rolled down the parking lot.
That's a crazy freak accident.
God.
Yep. And this guy, when he did the axle swap, did not put the parking brake cables on. So it's my fault. Yeah.
That's
I kind of regretting that now. I have all the parts to do it, just didn't ever do it.
Oh man.
So it's got 06 axles, front and rear.
I like them wheels on that.
Yep, it's the 06 King Ranch wheels. It's got a 17 front bumper.
You got to go show the picture you showed me of the front, because when you look at it, it's got that. It's got the bottom lip, and you're looking. It's like hold on, man. Something
Dude,
don't
you gotta
look right.
You gotta screen share that, man.
Yeah, that was good.
Is it on Instagram?
My Instagram got deleted, so my new Instagram is lacking of pictures.
Oh, okay.
So I had too many pictures of Q and gun stuff on there. So
Oh no. Sorry about that, man.
I was hit by the Facebook Nazis. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see.
I want to see that front end. I want to see that bumper.
It's pretty sweet.
Dude, that is kind of sweet. Like
that's my front bumper.
Yeah, it kind of matches
Style.
almost. Well, you know what? It's almost like that style is kind of coming back around when you look at how square the new Super Duties are. They are kind of square like they were in the 90s.
That's what I said with the dually trucks. They had that square rear dual fender like the old trucks did.
Yeah.
I bet they'd look good on the old trucks too with the right bodywork.
know what? When the 450 out was on the 11 through 16s, I really liked that rounded look. I really did. And then I was like, I don't know about that square look, but it's cool.
It is.
That rounded look is so sleek because it's not as bulky.
So that's pretty much it for the exterior. It's just little subtle stuff that I wanted to do. Because I came from like a classic muscle car background where I kind of like the new stuff, but I like the old stuff. And when you mix it, it's that resto mod kind of look is what I was going for.
What engine do you have in that truck?
7.3.
7.3. So is that like a 2003? Like what year? No, or is it the 7.3, like the first 7.3?
It's the first generation 7.3.
Oh, so
the
it's
first
like
when they went to when they called it a Powerstroke.
So it's the first Powerstroke. So what year? Like 97?
Yep, 97. It's 97. That one.
So that would have been.
Wow.
That would have been when they called it a Super Duty.
Nope, it's still.
No, it's Powerstroke. Super
Like it
Duty
would have
wasn't
been
until 99.
Was that okay?
When they changed the body styles when they went to Super Duty. The F Super Duty is like the 450 equivalent.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I remember seeing the emblem where it's just F Super Duty, but it would be like you said, like it was like a tow truck or a big
cab chassis.
Yeah, exactly.
How many miles are you?
557,000 on the long block.
Dang.
Pretty good.
Wow.
It's had 2 sets of injectors and 2 turbos.
Tell them what kind of go-go juice you're running.
It's
been running straight up used ATF.
Now how cool is that?
I met a guy at training that was a trans tech, and that's
he
runs the 7.3 on. It's just
freaking awesome.
Great.
In Florida, it's not a problem as long as it's warm out. Which
that's awesome.
I think I ran it for like 5 years like that. So
wow. where are you getting all this ATF from?
Trans flushes.
Dang.
That's freaking awesome, bro.
That is interesting.
I've always wondered, what do you guys do to run? And this is a good thing for people that, maybe they have a farm truck and they want to do the same thing. What does that entail? Because this is something I've always wondered.
Extra filter.
Before
you just dump it in the tank and call it good?
Before you say it, I'd imagine it'd have to be like a 97. Can't be nothing newer, right?
Oh, you ain't doing that in a 2020. Are you kidding me?
No,
6 O's and down. 6 O's and down. The trans guy at the dealership I worked at was running in his 6-liter, but he was diluting it a little with diesel. So.
Oh, okay.
I mean, 7.3s will eat it.
Wow.
Straight up.
So you gotta strain it out or filter it out somehow, or
I would just run it through a 6.7 upper and lower filter and call it a day.
That is
right through
so
the fuel,
cool,
right through the fuel filter. What kind of filter?
I have an extra pump, and I get sets of 6.7 filters and just straight up run it through and put it right in the tank.
So when you take that filter,
your lift pump is a 6.7 lift pump.
The transfer pump for the barrels I have, yeah.
Wow.
I just hook it up to the battery, let it fill, and
so you don't see like
so
clutch.
Literally all you're doing is filtering the fluid. You're not cutting it with anything, and you're just dumping it straight in the tank.
Yes,
that's freaking awesome.
And that thing's just happy as a clam. I love it. This is awesome.
That is.
I mean, you see fuel economy decrease, but that's about it.
Well,
dude, you're not even running fuel. You're running freaking trans fluid. So
dude,
right?
He doesn't need it. Well, like, and the thing you have to think about too is like that stuff's
what's
free.
the exhaust smell like?
It's free. Who cares?
Earning
what
ATF
your fuel economy is.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be freaking so weird.
Yeah, when we left for Hurricane Irma, I put 110 gallons in the back of the truck, and I never stopped.
Oh my
for diesel.
Gosh. Wow.
We drove straight to Michigan.
So
I've
with
never
the fuel,
known anybody that did that.
With the fuel being ATF, can you switch between different fuels? No problem. Just
I could put diesel right on top of it.
Yeah,
It'd be fine.
the 7.3, you can
just
run
eat it right up.
You can run anything through it. You can run kerosene
fuel.
through it. You can run jet fuel through it. You can run.
That's
Peanut
cool.
oil?
My God.
Yeah, anything other than like gasoline. They'll be
Did you
fine
put
to
fry
run.
oil?
You can, after you
Could you do that?
You
have to strain that out,
refine
right?
it.
after you go through the whole process. But
or vegetable or whatever the hell they call it. I know I've seen like some food trucks have they're powered by that, but it stinks.
I was a broke technician needing a way to get to work, so I was like, oh, I guess it's ATF time. I got plenty of it.
Wow.
So what kind of work do you do?
Diesel tech.
Okay.
I worked at the dealer and Roush.
Oh wow, that's pretty
You
cool.
worked at Roush.
Yep, Roush Industries, Building 9, in Allen Park.
So,
Diesel garage service.
did you do anything with clean tech, or were you more performance?
I was Ford prototype.
Oh.
So I got to see the 17 trucks before they were uncamouflaged.
Right.
Got to build number 1, number 2 F-150 diesel prototypes.
That's pretty cool.
Transit.
Talk about Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was a Frankenstein. Came in as a gas truck, left as a diesel.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's the kind of stuff that I've always wondered how you get into, because like, of course, you know, manufacturers have engineers to design and do all that stuff, but then they need someone to assemble it and be like, oh, we need to, you know, and relay and do all that stuff. So that's always been something I've been curious of, like, how do you become a manufacturer's technician in a sense?
I applied on Roush Careers. That's it. I was only a tech for like 2 or 3 years at the time.
Uh-huh.
I had Ford certs and they hired me. I was like, hell, anyone can get hired here.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
But I was literally the only one in my group that was Ford certified. Everyone else was like hired in off the street.
Wow.
But that was a good time. I got to go to Brazil for 3 months. It was fun.
I would dig that.
They got me my passport. They sent me to Brazil. I was in Ohio for a while. It was all over with that job.
Why'd you end up leaving that place?
Money
Okay.
and living situation.
Yeah.
He likes 6-7 upper oil pans, probably about as much as me and Matt do.
Oh yeah. My last job.
I've gotten to the point where I do not mind them. Like, I, honest to God, I think I could do that job in my sleep with my eyes super glued closed, with both like hog-tied.
What would you rather do, upper oil pan in a 650, 750 or an Illuma Duty?
Illuma Duty all the way. Dude, I've told you, I am not gonna, you know how quick I can get those things done. Aaron, you know, and I'm not gonna squeak out my average time for them, because
True that.
Listening.
Yeah, someone's gonna be like, all right, labor cut. And then you got guys out there that are like, this is the worst job ever.
You know what I don't understand is I hear dudes, they said that they're pulling the cabs to do upper oil pans.
Why are you pulling the cabs and yanking them out?
Oh my gosh, I just don't understand. Like, you guys,
you are doing your customer a disservice by doing that.
Well, I don't know if you're doing it. If you're doing it under cash, you're doing the customer a big disservice. If you're doing it under warranty, well, for one, if you're saying you're doing upper oil pan, you're losing your butt big time doing it that way.
It's not a. So have you started rolling the engine to the side now, right?
Oh, totally.
How much easier does it make that job?
It makes it way easier. And I never did it because I have a little setup that I don't need it, but it's like, well, hold on, let me try it. And I took them 2 bolts out, and I called this man right here on lunch, and I'm like, bro, you wouldn't believe this, man. I told you.
He was like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, dude, you just freaking jack that puppy up. And my little trick is to, do it by the studs and then throw a 21 mil socket underneath that engine mount. Bam, all the room in the world.
Yeah, I'll have to do the studs next time. That was after the fact.
Well, my favorite thing is the guys that want to, jack the entire powertrain up, get the cab up a little bit, and just drop the pan down. It's like, boys, with how many CCV filter issues we're having right now, I think every other upper oil pan I'm doing right now, I'm doing a rear main seal on too. It's just oil push out heaven. And I
just got a 650, 750 that
you can
took the oil filter cap off. Every injector seal where it goes through the valve cover.
Oh yeah.
6 Charlie 535s leaking.
Have you seen those push out?
Back ordered. No, for real?
Dude, you have some serious pressure if you can get one of those to push out. Just think about how much of a pain those seals are to get into the valve cover.
What do you put them in?
Cover, whatever. How do I get them in?
Yeah.
Well, you see, Mr. Matt's got him a 21 millimeter 3/8 socket, right? And he puts it right over that thing.
And just
he
get a little
grabs
tap.
Oh, I got the smallest, nicest, best looking ball peen hammer, and I get ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding.
Sometimes she goes in, sometimes she doesn't, and I get pissed and I walk away. I have to go to the vending machine, get myself a Twix, recollect, and try again.
Which one you eat, the left one or the right one?
All right, let me take my glasses off. You guys want a trick for eating Twix? Eat them both at the same time.
Oh,
there you go.
If anybody's down with Pellegrino and knows a Pellegrino rep, I'm madly.
Why don't you just do it? I'm real bad about, like I went to Costco a week ago and I bought 2 cases of Red Bull because I am just so sick and tired of going to the gas station.
Well, hey, what's that next to that Pellegrino? You got some fuel additive?
Yep, this is my little display. I try to get this out every podcast because this is what I'm repping. Definitely a shout out to
What's that
Hotshots.
yellow? What's that yellow stuff?
Well, you mean the clear stuff?
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You and like the podcast are an affiliate of Hotshots.
Yes,
correct?
and DS. We have some
DS
deals going
is an
on.
Affiliate now too.
Yeah.
What am I doing over here?
I don't know. Talking. Let's make it happen.
You know what'd be really cool is if we could be an affiliate of Snyder.
That man. Hey, after video from Tuesday, which was yesterday, for the water and drain, the SPE water and drain, both Dan and Amy reached out to Dan, gave me a comment, and Amy reached out to me via email. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting a hold of their products. I really want to talk with the company because I'm getting not overwhelmed, but it seems like every other comment is SPE. What about the disaster prevention? SPE. What about this? Hey, have you had?
Did they not just come out with another disaster prevention kit too?
They came out with the 2021. It was going to be at the end of March. Well, we're
right, but this kit
here.
You don't have to cut lines or anything.
No.
This is amazing.
So
that is amazing.
I think I want to get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that want to get it, and they're asking me, what I think about it, and I don't really know a whole lot about it. And I see what's online about it. I want to talk to the head dudes in charge. And,
I think you need to dial the back line to our boy and have a chat with him.
Hey, we're gonna try to make that happen.
I like the idea of keeping the fuel if there's a CP4 failure to prevent the fuel from going to all the injectors unfiltered. They only get filtered fuel.
I don't understand why Bosch didn't design that system so that wouldn't happen.
But Hotshots is helping take that, especially with this. This is what I would recommend you guys use. This is what I'm using in my truck. I actually just used this yesterday, both this and this for the first time. I just used half a bottle.
I use a whole bottle.
And I am noticing already a difference. We're going to go over that in a video that I'm already in production of making. So, go and check it out for the EDT treatment. That's something that you're going to use in every tank, and look at what it's doing to the fuel quality. It's taking that USA, I guess, threshold, and the European threshold is I don't know how many tiers above us. It takes us above the European standard, and really, DS is going to be here soon.
I like how they talk about the wear scar test and how it produces a smaller wear scar.
Did you see Project Farm's video on it? His comparison between?
No, I saw his FR3 video, but I did not see his. He had one on the fuel additive.
No, it was FR3. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, it was FR3. My fault.
Yeah, he saw a much smaller wear scar.
But you just said, we just talked about, you said you just added this to your crankcase, correct?
If we can go there, I know Matt, you care if we talk about some oil additive?
Well, you just got some big oil. I mean, what did you just get delivered today?
Well, check it out. Check this out.
This
guys.
is
today?
some interesting stuff because this is plugging it. And
today?
Yeah, look what DS just got.
Okay.
So hey guys, if you
it's a clear container.
Is this an additive or is this oil?
This is straight.
This is straight oil.
Full PAO synthetic.
I did not know that Hotshots had their own oil.
Bro, check this catalog.
I didn't know either until I was researching it, and I was going back and forth like, I don't know. And then
is anybody? How many else out there? I know this is something we talk about very often, but this is kind of new to us for being hot shot. Everybody thinks Hotshots is just going to be fuel additive. Hotshots, so I'm just going to put this in my oil, not knowing that oh wow, Hotshots actually has oil. Are you guys running oil? It's new to us.
I don't run oil in my truck.
Well, I mean,
I just put sand in there.
You can, I guess, compared to this, you'd be running sand anyway.
Sand and a little bit of water just to get it moving.
Well, we know Cody runs that Motorcraft 1540 in his truck, so.
But what I like about Cody's truck is he's running some kind of fuel that not everybody runs. So that's like 10 times.
If you want to keep things nice and lubricated in your fuel system,
nothing lubricates better than trans oil.
I'm wondering if you should just throw I'm gonna get 6.7. I'm just gonna make it freaking science truck. Just experiments. I'm gonna start just squirting ATF in until she starts to bog a little bit and starts throwing codes.
DS, is that a 1 gallon container, right? That's what these say in the catalog.
That's where I messed up. It would have been cheaper for me to get the 1 gallon, but I got no. You know what? No, I'm sorry. I did get 1 gallons, but it would have been cheaper for me to get the 5 gallon bucket versus getting the 1 gallon.
How much does that stuff go for a quart?
I don't think you can get it in quart. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, how much did you pay for the gallon?
I think it's like $40 or something around there.
All right. So that's really not much different than any other synthetic oil change. So
it's more than 40. It's more than 40, less than 50. So it's somewhere in the middle, but you can get it for less than $10 a quart if you get the 5 gallon bucket, which I should have done and will do in the future. But yeah, it's significantly cheaper in a 5 gallon bucket.
What were you saying to do that? It's going to still cost you $120. Well,
they do have
filter and everything.
They do have, so this is not only for diesel applications only. They do have gasoline oil applications for you guys that are just running the 7.3s, who still got the 6.2s. I don't know. I guess I have never really asked the percentage. I know this is a Powerstroke more based and talked about, but there's a lot of dudes who have Super Duties that just don't necessarily have the Powerstrokes in them. How many out there has just got a brand new Tremor that's got a 7.3? Let us know in the comments. I'd be curious. Everybody that I usually talk to or is commenting is saying, they have a Powerstroke, but I don't have a lot of gas guys, I guess, telling me. I'd be curious to see.
I don't think the gas guys really care that much, honestly.
Do they? I guess maybe not, because that's a good point, man. I never really thought about that.
Definitely not as far as fuel additive.
I guess for the amount of maintenance you got to do, it's going to make you want to care about taking care of the truck versus gasoline, where people are set it and forget it. And 5,000 miles, huh? I already went 10. What are you talking about?
I mean,
but you know what? What's weird? Tell me what you think about this. That EDT from Hotshots, that one container treats 400 gallons.
That's what it says.
Now it's like, how much do you treat with the Ford product? You know what I mean? Like how many gallons? Because it seems like if you're going to treat 400 gallons, what is that? Like a case, a half a case? What is that?
I think I'm about my brand. Don't get me wrong, but I think Motorcraft. I think they need to step their game up, because
I'm sure it's whoever's making it for them, right?
ever hear any advertisements. Man, that shit stinks. I don't hear any advertisements on Facebook. I don't hear any advertisements on the radio. I don't hear any advertisements anywhere except for YouTube's Motorcraft Force little skits that they put on with Omnicraft and Motorcraft parts and brakes and da 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 da. Wouldn't you want to be advertising your product? I constantly see advertisements for this. I constantly see advertisements for Amsoil. I constantly see advertisements for Mobile One. I don't see any advertisements for Motorcraft. And that tells me, I mean, not that they're good or bad, but I mean, I want to be using something that people are going to be talking about. People are going to have testimonials. People are going to see difference. Sean and I have been running this, what he's holding in his hand right now. And it's, I mean, we weren't, was it?
So I will say,
I don't know.
No, I don't notice anything, but when I did an MPG test, it kind of came back the same before and after.
I mean, I don't think it's going to improve your fuel economy. That's not really the point of it, but
right, that is true, but that's the only thing.
I mean, really Ford also sells vehicles. They're not in the business of selling fluid, so their marketing dollars aren't really better to go that way. But
that's a good point.
Companies,
that's a good point.
They need to spend a lot of money on marketing in that sense. You could say it's the same thing with, we'll use golf for an example, right? Every single manufacturer is always marketing their new driver because it has the latest, craziest technology. And when you really look at it compared to the year before, nothing really changed. So,
they're not.
That's just one way to look at it. But
they're not out there to create the best fuel additive. It's probably good, but it's not like.
It's an additive. It's not gonna do anything bad as long as you don't abuse it. But.
Right.
I don't know, Cody, are people just abusing the living snot out of their trucks down there in Florida, or what's the Florida deal? What happens the most to trucks down in Florida?
What's your take on these CP4s, Cody?
I don't even care about CP4. I mean, how many trucks are coming in with just transfer case and axles just soaked full of water because Jimmy wanted to go out into a mud hole?
Nationally, tell me. I'm listening.
I mean, when I was at the dealer, I'd see a CP4 every week, but diesel down here is full of water. I mean, after hurricanes, get ready for the CP4 party because you're doing be doing fuel system for like a week, 2 weeks.
That's interesting because that's exactly what we were just talking about. That disaster prevention kit will be.
Well, is that because
it's humid down here? I mean,
right, you're gonna have moisture.
Water's got to go somewhere, I guess.
It goes in the fuel.
Yeah, yeah, like shit. Those things fuel tanks probably aren't sealed in the ground. You get freaking hurricane.
That septic tank will work.
Yeah, basically hurricane.
Yeah, but your warranty's not covering you.
Nope, no, that's insurance.
Yeah, that's what you got insurance for, and unfortunately, a lot of techs take advantage of that.
Last I knew, it paid pretty good. I mean, it's like 32 hours down here.
Oh, it depends what Ford dealer you're talking to.
Son of a bean.
I've never had a problem with it. It was always like, ka-ching, here's my week.
No doubt.
Oh, I mean, I just charge them what the book pays.
It's been a minute since I've had a fuel system.
Here's the reason why I don't charge a lot to do that job. And I think other techs should take note because a lot of them like to bitch and complain about how much insurance costs on these trucks. You're driving the insurance price, like you're literally driving the premium up by charging people 40 hours to replace that fuel system. Like let's say 10,000 trucks need that system. And you're going to charge 40 hours plus the $5,000 in parts.
People aren't looking at it like that.
Well, Matt, thank you for your service to the insurance.
Like, I'm sorry, you guys if you're charging that much, you're a crook. And I really think you should, not do that because I'll gladly take those jobs for like 26 hours. But
yeah, the insurance companies down here, they won't go over 32. That's like, they're hard.
That's good. Done. That's good for me. Quit ripping people off.
I'll take whatever you give me as long as it's a little more than warranty. That's fine.
Would you take the cab off and do a fuel system?
Negative.
I roger that.
Dude, I was watching a video, and Mikey had the cab off to do a fuel system.
I don't understand, man. Unless there's something else going on.
There must be something in that Georgia mud. I don't know.
Maybe he just wanted to show you better, like when they get the camera in there, they wanted to get a better angle. Maybe
that's a lot more work.
Maybe the cab was off for another reason. They said, let's just show this camera angle too. I don't know.
Maybe.
You never know, Gil. I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Maybe.
I'm excited for the maintenance video that I have coming out. Totally all in fun. Not being derogatory by any means, not poking fun. I just simply replicated my man, my mentor, my fellow technician on these wonderful engines, Bill, down at powerstrokehelp.com. I'm excited for it. And it's my take on my version of what I am suggesting as maintenance regimen and intervals. And I busted out the dry erase board, and it's going to air obviously before you guys see this, but you guys can tell me what you guys think. It's all in fun. I don't know. They got a different kind of show going on down there, but I'd love to reach out to you guys.
Dude, I just think he doesn't want to let out the secrets that he's, holding.
It's all good. It's all good, baby.
No, I do not drain my high pressure reservoir. Nope.
I mean, that's cool. I don't think a lot of people do it anyway.
I mean, it's all circulated.
What?
Then you'd have to drain the rails too, because that would make the most sense. Because I mean, there's still 2 quarts there in the rails.
But who does that?
Not this guy. That's too much work.
But who does that? I've never even taken one of those rail plugs off in the back of the heads ever.
Dude, I have seen. This was such a great time. Just speaking of plugs at the back of a cylinder head, right? One of my coworkers went to do heads on a van, and one head came fully assembled, the other one came without the cam in it. Well, they didn't put that little oil galley plug in the back of the head, and when you're not looking for something, it's like you can't really blame yourself, right? No one can blame you.
Dang, this stuff stinks over here.
How long
dude, he got that thing in there, and of course he's got the doghouse off, and he
just making a mess.
He cranks it, and his right leg was just soaked in oil.
Oh, I did that too.
It's like, why am I wet? Why am I wet? And then you look down. Oh, we've also had boxes for Transcom, and the company that rebuilt them didn't put the plug in for the PTO oil line. It's on the side. It's on the driver's side. Crank that thing on, and I swear it'll shoot trans fluid about 30 feet out to the side. I mean, you can make a pretty good mess with these things. I'll let you know that.
Talking about dipsticks.
Oh, you want to have a dipstick? Is that what we're having, a dipstick conversation right now?
No, I mean,
I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe
I got a part number for you tomorrow, actually.
Maybe I need Cody to investigate with Roush for me.
Oh,
figure out
perfect transition.
Figure out what the part number crossover is for a 683 valve that goes in a school bus.
Please contact Copus.
No, Copus has literally no clue what it is.
Because it's in a school bus.
No, they have no clue.
Aftermarket?
No, it's a Ford dipstick, and we believe we've narrowed it down to a 543 valve out of an Expedition is what the dipstick is. Because it looks identical.
Unfortunately, I'll have to tell you to go to Copa's because that's the line I have to say.
I really hate.
Are you drinking a trans fluid too? What are you drinking?
It's fucking
he's not on the Jocko juice. He's just drinking the Mio.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just drinking on that trans juice, man.
So what are we talking about the dipstick? How 13 quarts puts it right at the bottom and how 14 quarts puts it at the max line?
On what?
When you're doing a 6-7 oil change. This is a good question. Do you guys
Oh.
fill your oil filters? This goes for any of you.
I always do. If it's a can
I do on mine.
filter, I fill it.
If it's a twist on,
Especially that big
filter.
boy. Shoot, you put like 2 quarts up on that thing.
the way I do it is I put like 3/4 of a quart in because that's as patient as I am.
Yeah, I put about half quart in mine.
Because I don't have time to sit there and jam a whole quart in there.
Do you have a pumper or are you doing by quarts?
No, we got a reel. We got a hose reel.
A gun.
So I do it that way. And then I will put the remaining 13.25 in the engine. So I always put 14 quarts in a truck because that puts it just below the max line.
You know, I'm jealous of at your shop. I was just telling my coworker this. I'm like, I wish we had a power washer that was just like set up. Boom. I don't have to hook up no lines, hoses. I got to reel it out. It's boom, just sitting right there.
Dude, we were looking at Rotary's accessories for those mobile hoists, and they make
what?
Dude, this is kind of crazy. They make a drive-on rack like assembly. So you throw the posts in each corner, and then you have like a mobile drive-on.
What? No kidding?
So we could technically do alignments like literally anywhere.
That's killer. I've never seen anything like that.
But they've also just got a straight beam that goes under something. If you were going to do like, I think they showed it as for like a pusher bus, right?
Speaking
like
of doing
style.
It anywhere, like that'd be so cool to work on trucks and cars outside.
No, it's really not.
No,
I know, but that's crazy though. Like I've always been in a building, like to be outside and you're like working and
think, you know how much you hate when you
cool.
don't have light, right?
Okay.
So in a shop setting, you have shadows because you don't have any natural sunlight coming in. So you use a flashlight, right?
Yeah.
When you're outside, your eyes are adjusted to like ambient lighting. So when you click a flashlight onto something, you really can't see what you're doing. So like,
that's a good point.
We've got to do fuel pumps on a school bus here for a propane system. We do those outside because it just stinks. It just reeks. So we roll the columns outside and lift it up, you know, do it that way. But I think this particular school bus, we're just going to do on our backs.
So when you're outside, you can't see. Like, can't you just see everything without?
Well, you can see, but I'm just saying a flashlight isn't very beneficial at that point.
Well, I would think you wouldn't even need the flashlight for the most part.
You do, but you don't.
I guess if you needed to look something, you know, underneath or like in a, I could see what you're talking about. I'd just be like, wow, it's so open. That'd be cool. Any Cali techs out there listening or anybody that work out? And
well, dang, I work on my stuff outside.
I know, but I mean, as a, you know, in a shop, that'd be kind of cool.
I worked at the Mustang shop outside. That was rough.
Ouch.
Yeah.
How many guys in Florida have outdoor shops? Like outdoor bays?
There's a lot of independent shops that have outdoor bays.
Outdoor bays? Oh, okay. That'd be different.
That, it's too damn hot.
Yeah. Humid, hot.
I like our air conditioned shop that we're in. It's kind of nice.
Oh, you guys got AC. What do you guys do about the doors?
What do you mean about the doors? We just
like the doors go up and down super fast or something?
No, we got AC.
I know, but like don't like when you open up the doors.
I mean, I don't want to use a really bad excuse right now, but our dealer group is like $1 billion company. So I think a little bit of cold air getting outside is.
Oh, okay. I just
right.
I mean, our door isn't fast enough to be like, it'd be kind of pointless for us to use it.
No, I mean,
you'd probably be all right.
Quick. They're pretty quick.
Dang,
your air's not gonna leave that quick, man.
Dude, in the winter, ooh, you leave the door open like smidge too long, it gets pretty cold in there.
Yikes. I wish, I mean, for the most part, I think our setup's pretty good. But if we had AC that was actually worthy of using,
we get it cold in there. Like guys in our mainline shop they'll come over to us just drenched in sweat. We're like, why are you sweating? You guys got the heat on over there. And
oh my God.
It'll be July and it's like 96 out with almost 100% humidity.
You guys just got this thing cranked.
We got it nice and cold by us.
Oh man, I wouldn't even know what it's like.
Yeah, I haven't really sweated working on something in like 3 years.
I wish I could say that. Well, I can, but
it's not fair. But you know what? Your productivity is so much higher
when you have AC.
Oh yeah,
I believe 100%. It because when it was scorching hot down here, I was like, I don't even want to work.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like you're just natural, like you're much more lethargic or lazy, if you want to say, and it's like if I start cranking these, whatever loose, I'm going to be dripping sweat, and then I got to take a break and cool down before I overheat.
Nothing's worse than pulling a truck that's like hot soaking and you got to do something to it and it's freaking hot out itself. That's the worst. That in the winter when it's slop and you're just getting
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm tired of that. Anybody working in the slop knows what I'm talking about. I'm tired of the slop or the rust or the rust. The rust, but the salt drip down with the water. Ooh, it went in your mouth, and that's not water.
What's rust?
Disgusting.
What is rust,
dude? Remember what I was showing you earlier today?
What?
The salt?
Man, we gotta fix something. We need Ford. I need to talk to you because I got some ideas. But in talking with DS, there's some we need to fix. And
dude, the only fix that I could see, well, first of all, before we talk about a fix,
what are you guys talking about?
Right, before we talk about the fix, the problem is, how the new Super Duties have that really flat floor inside of it. It's just like this flat loading floor. It's
right where your feet are, like right where you snap your WeatherTechs in.
Okay. Yeah, it's not how in the old days you used to put your feet down into the bowl. Like it used to be kind of like you put your feet down and then you had
a tray.
Into a tray. Well, like that's gone.
Like a literal foot well.
Like a foot well. Right. That's gone. That's all flat. Okay. Well, the issue is that part is elevated compared to your wire harness. Your wire harness it's down in this valley and it's all sealed. So all the moisture, if you're plowing snow or whatever, all that's getting into that little valley. Trough on both sides, and it builds up. Salt creeps into there so bad.
So many wiring problems down to that body harness where that sill just gets
even if you drop for the nice Husky liners or WeatherTechs, whatever, you're still, water is eventually going to still get down there.
I don't see that being a water issue as much as I see it being like a substrate issue. And when I say substrate, I mean like sand, gravel, and that kind of stuff getting jammed into those kick panels.
Well, sand definitely gets down in there, gravel gets in there, grass, mine's full of grass, and it's like they need to come out with a mat, like a floor mat that literally covers that whole thing and prevents water from getting in there. And somehow, I don't know, they need to come up with something that it's bad. Like it's totally for my plow truck. Now my wife's truck isn't too bad because you can still see there's salt on her wiring, but it's not too bad. But my plow truck is just
horrible.
Salt. It's bad. It's really bad.
I mean
salt.
Like how are you going to clean that?
Salt.
You can't clean
the insulation really isn't that big of a deal though.
No, it's not. But sometimes that insulation is compromised for like one or two wires. You'd be surprised. So throwing those wires in the truck.
Oh, I know. We repair a lot of stuff that runs down that, that kick panel that you have to pull off. That
I've seen a lot of communication issues with that connector C208 or 210.
And I don't know if it's a Ford issue. I'm not sure.
It's everyone. Anyone
I think it might be every
wiring down the sides where the kick panels are.
All the trucks nowadays are kind of running that flat floor where the wiring kind of runs the same way. I don't know. I haven't really seen a Dodge or a Chevy. so I'm not sure. But
Aaron, you know what's some bullshit?
Tell me.
Have you yanked a dash on a Illuma duty? Dude, some total butthole decided to run the wiring that goes from the dash to the RCM before there used to be an inline
to the RCM. Okay.
Before there used to be an inline connector there.
Where?
Now there's not.
Like right by it.
Yeah, there's not one there anymore. So you have to yank the seats out. You have to pull the carpet up, and then you can get the connector off to pull the dash out.
What?
That is some butthole stuff.
Man, that's not cool. I don't think I've done it on the Illuma duty. I
Dude,
think I would have remembered that.
Wait until you have to pull the dash on a new F-150, or when the new Super Duties come out after the F-150 and they have the same architecture of the newer pickup.
Right, that's
silly.
That's supposed to be next year.
It's gonna suck because the whole, the IP bolts that are up top where there's a little cover.
Yeah,
dude, you can already barely get to those.
You can barely get to those, dude. You know how they have those two little covers, one on each side.
The passenger side has one bolt, the driver's side has two bolts.
Yeah, that's gone. That whole thing is covered by one piece. It's one piece that goes across the whole front of the, I guess you call it the back of the dash, whatever. It's all one piece. It's a million clips, and it's gonna be horrible to take out. And then the bolts are gonna be this long. The IP bolts, they're gonna be so long. They're just gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be long and just horrible to take out.
I mean, I think all of us here have, pulled off a grill on like a 99 to a 2016, right? Real easy to pull off. 4 bolts. 4 clips. You got this 17 coming out, and I'm like, all right, same idea. Million clips. What?
And you gotta be careful. Then you gotta be careful with the front view camera too. I made that mistake.
Oh, you mean with the grill? Oh,
that's not cheap.
With the sprayer and everything? Oh yeah.
No,
but I broke it the first time.
Don't want to make that mistake.
Wow.
This was so easy before. And
honestly though, I can tell you.
Car ran good.
That grill.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
That grill does not seem hard to me.
Car ran good. Car ran good.
I wouldn't say the grill's hard on the new Illuma duties. Pretty easy.
No, I'm just drawing a parallel of what you're explaining, how the dash is gonna be now.
That's gonna suck. You have to take the A pillars off, to take the cover off, to take the.
You already have to pull the A pillars off to pull.
You got to pull the A
on the truck anyway, but.
Sure. But I don't know, because we were like looking like, how are we even gonna put this part on the truck? You got to have 2 people to put it on the line.
Oh,
it's like, oh.
I wonder if anybody's gonna have any conversions to do the new screen in, so if the new screen is going to be in 23, or is it going to be 22?
I thought that was 22.
Is it 22? So are they going to have a kit?
I thought
20s and 21s
supposed to be getting sync 4.
I think from Ford's perspective, they're not going to want people to be able to do that. But, to do it is probably going to be cost prohibitive. Like you could just trade up and get it versus taking out you probably need a whole new instrument panel, which would be, and then something probably still won't fit. So, that's going to be the whole next level sync 4. So it might not even be possible.
Wait until your Super Duty has like a 15.5 inch infotainment screen in it.
Dang.
It's gonna be it's not gonna be a Super Duty. It's gonna be a Gucci Duty at that point.
It's gonna be like the Mach E screen turned sideways.
That's cool.
Vertical stack. Have you seen?
I want them to come out with some.
Oh no! Yeah, I see what you mean. I didn't put that in my head for Super Duty.
You can get like a 15.5 inch screen with the sync 4 on the 2021s now.
Oh, for real?
So like the 12.8 one that's in the F-150s isn't even the biggest one you can get.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we were just in my one of the guys I work with in the truck shop, his wife is our office manager, and she gets new demos.
Do you think
once
the
a month?
screen? Do you think the screen is better the landscape way or the portrait way?
I mean, this is a hard one because for HVAC controls and all that stuff, I'd rather have it be analog. I don't want to push, buttons, so to speak, right?
I can understand that.
I'd rather have a knob.
No, I mean landscape landscape or portrait as in long ways or like
I
up
get
and
that.
down. Like
I know what you're getting at. I'm just trying to.
Well, either way you're gonna get buttons.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying get rid of the buttons. Either way you get buttons.
I think ergonomically, so that I'm not having to move my arm left and right and I can just go up and down, keep my hand on the wheel and just quickly go up and down. I'd rather have it be vertical
than
horizontal.
Yeah, portrait.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking that too. Like if you're looking at a map, if your screen's like a phone, like how you look at a phone, you'd be able to see way further on a map. Like the road would be longer versus having it, like landscape, like a wide screen. You're not going to see as far up the map.
Well, yeah, if you're going to have like your map the entire thing.
I think it does have that setting where your whole screen's a map.
That would be pretty sweet.
I don't know.
I would think.
I think that kind of sucks about being in the truck shop and doing like mostly drivability and heavy line stuff is like when it comes to the newer trucks, we usually don't see them for like we don't really see them for like a year or two. So like if we have the 2020s and 2021s we've been getting in are just for like reprograms and stuff. It hasn't been like an actual failure.
You saw the boss ladies Ford Edge. How was this thing for? Was it pretty good or was it?
Dude, it's huge and it's awesome.
Is it fast and all that?
Yeah. Because they're using, maybe that's just Mach E. They have a new, I'd have to look it up. They have a new communication network that's like 4 times faster than CAN bus now.
Yeah, they're using Ethernet on that.
That would be cool. Wait until Rich gets a hold of that.
Be able to do some goofy stuff.
You know what I had today that Matt would just die for?
What would I die for?
2 back-to-back P207Fs.
Dude, not that hard of a code.
I know. I you love them, bro.
I honestly do.
You welcome P207Fs.
I welcome them. That's if the boys will let me do them.
The boys, really? The boys?
That's what I got to call them. We got to call them the boys.
Poor guys.
The boys
I absolutely love them too.
Like, Cody, would you agree that's really not that hard of a code to diagnose?
Really, there's only 4 things that'll cause it.
Endpoint test RD. Bingo.
Exactly. I mean, it's either NOx, DEF problem, a DEF injector problem, or an SCR. I mean, when it really comes down to it, or driving habits. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's tricky.
If your line's kinked enough, it'll throw that code too. If you decided you were going to try to put a injector line on.
Well, I mean, that's part of the DEF injector. So, I mean,
well, right.
True
The
that.
last one was pretty clear cut and obvious. There's somewhere you look at all the data and you're like, there's nothing wrong here.
What do you use to collect the DEF when you're doing the dispensing test measurement? Like, what is something you can really measure it? Like, are you using like a beaker?
All right, no, you're an old boy, so you should know this exact thing.
I want it.
5-4 injector.
Oh, we
cup.
don't have those. That's long
go
gone,
find
bud.
it.
They're long gone, bud.
I'm sure you guys will have it because those measure up to like what 50 milliliters anyways, and the dosing test has to be at what 40.
Yeah, I'd have to ask my manager down the street because
40 to 50 milliliters, I believe it is.
Yeah. I was
Without
at
looking at
60.
Dang, dude, I didn't know Sean could stay still for that long.
There he is, right there. John boy. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
It's
we
okay.
can't, Sean. We can't hear you.
No, that's because you have him muted, and you know what? I'm not opposed to this.
I see it. Ask to unmute. Hey, buddy. I asked you to unmute.
Oh no, dude! I have the power.
Can you hear me now?
See,
Matt,
there we go.
Matt, you've muted me this whole time.
I just unmuted him
goodness.
from my screen.
Dang, you had me muted
I
this whole
hold
time.
the power.
Dang. Only you could hear me.
I hold the power.
Matt, if you were to say on average,
on average,
how often do you have to go to the bottom of that Oasis page and start that hard process?
Like contact the hotline?
Yeah.
How often do I do it?
Yeah.
Really not that often, unless it's.
Are you like a every job kind of dude?
No, this is like if it's something really goofy, or if it's a new model that just came out, right? And we go through the pinpoint test and we're like, okay, this obviously is a calibration issue or a hardware issue that we don't know about. I'll fire off a hotline contact to be like, hey, is there any service info that's going to be coming out soon? Not sitting there like hunting and looking for an answer. But it's like, that's usually what I will do with a hotline contact for, it's just like goofy stuff where it's like you've checked literally everything and you're like, okay, this stuff literally checks out fine. It has to be a programming thing. So more than anything, it's me being like, hey, you guys have any bulletins or anything that's coming out about this? Because I got one really pissed off customer and I can't find anything. So
do you feel like the people on the other end of the hotline are really competent and knows like the answer or solution or whatever issue you might have?
What was the question?
Do you feel like they have the answer or whatever, the solution?
What was the question?
Whoever's on the other end of the hotline, are they pretty competent?
Well, what was the question? I'm pleading the fifth right now.
Dude, I gotta show you something.
No, I mean, I've had some really, really good hotline contacts, and I've had other ones where it's like, did you read that at all? Because I'm working on a 750 and you just told me to pull the diff cover off.
Oh, I hate when that happens, dude. One time I took my truck to a dealership. I had a Chevy, and I think on the Chevy there's no diff cover on the front. I want to say something weird like that because it's got like an independent front. And he's like talking about the front diff cover to me, and I'm just like, oh my God. It's something weird like that. I'm like, the visors, they don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, in the defense of like these guys, right? It's like I think most people at like GTAC probably haven't seen a lot of these things, and they just have to go off of what they have available to them. But
I have to say, like working on the line, I thought like we knew everything. But when this new F-150 came out and they had the engineers like on the line showing, I was like, damn, they actually know a lot of stuff. Like they knew.
I'd assume the engineers that like designed.
They were.
Wait, hold on. You just said engineer, like
not. It
like
may not have been
train engineer.
No, it might not have been an engineer, but it was like the guy that knew every job. Like they designed, not necessarily like the truck, but they designed like the process. Like pick this up, touch this.
He was like a manufacturing engineer.
Maybe I don't even know who they were, but they were showing us, and they actually knew everything. I'm like, dang,
yeah, he was probably on the team that decided how that thing was going to get built.
Yeah, those people.
Yeah,
I was actually kind of impressed. They know how this thing goes together.
Hey Matt, did you have to contact hotline at any time for a P203B on the 20s, or getting it out of
3B?
Or getting it out of idle only mode? in the winter, this winter?
No.
More trans fluid for you.
Dude, I gotta get on that trans fluid, bro.
Dude,
I
why
gotta show you.
does everyone keep asking me about the hotline? What is going on? What is going on? Oh no, a
Diesel team.
P203B.
All right, I gotta show you. I gotta show you guys.
Wait, what is going on?
Since we got some text here, I want to show you guys something. I just picked up this oil for.
I had this Chevy.
No, I got this oil for the sunroof. I ordered it from Ford Rotunda.
You ordered what?
I ordered it from Rotunda.
Oh, that shit you were talking about?
Yeah, it's the windshield lubricant for the sunroof. It's a TSB. There's a TSB on the sunroof, and they talk about using this exotic oil, weather strip lubricant and conditioner. Have you guys had to do anything like that to a sunroof?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's one of those things that kind of gets not really, people don't think about it. Next thing you know, the sunroof breaks because it like glues itself shut. And then all the tracks break. So I'm thinking about, using this stuff. It's called white lightning.
Smell it.
It's pretty much, doesn't smell like anything.
Cricket.
It's some kind of clear lubricant.
It's some kind of clear lubricant.
It's called white lightning.
Sean, you funny, man.
White lightning. So I'm gonna put this.
That'll go on your Powerstroke. It's not something you want to apply everywhere, but
Is
it like the weather strip?
Yeah, it's the weather
Stuff?
strip.
just
Weather
around
The old Motocraft stuff?
Well, no, they according to the TSB, they're not recommending Motocraft. They're recommending I think it's called Krytox lubricant, and it's not a Motocraft product. So I mean, it's expensive. It's like these two little tubes are like $80.
What?
These two little tubes were $80. You can't get it anywhere unless it's actually from the Ford site. So, well, the little tube's like $20 and a bigger one's like $40. And they talk about the procedure: wipe it down with alcohol, and then put that on it. White lightning. I could have just got some elbow grease from Matt.
I mean, he got elbow grease. He got some meat grease.
Dude, I do have the meat grease. I am the meat man.
Meat man. I'm gonna call you Matty B. We got Matty B up in here.
But I don't have any B's in my name.
I know. It just kind of is like flows. Like where my bitches. Just it flows. Matty B.
Okay.
Matty meat B Matt meat. No, okay. It just flows.
I feel like I'm in on some inside joke.
I don't know what if that. I don't
know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on either.
You're asking me questions about the hotline, and then I'm like, I'm like, you want me to be truthful because like there's no one in the room, and then Cody's just like, bam, Ford badge. I'm like,
bah.
Wow. You're so paranoid, bro. So paranoid, man.
That it's I don't know. What percent is that one? What percenters are them boys?
What is going on?
No, your beer. What do you say? What are you drinking? A Growl? I said, what percentage of them boys?
No, that's vague. That's very vague. So what is it? Is it 4.5 or is it 5%? What is it?
Are you pregnant and you're not pregnant? Like you can't drink it? You can? Like I don't
know. But if you guys like cider, you should check out.
Oh, you ruined
Sutton's
it. Never mind.
Bay cider. That's what you should do. I'm gonna get the last of the bottle because long day.
Seeing that shirt Ryan's got on, I'd smoke that. I'm really, I even got where's my note? Let me look at it because I constantly look at it. Right at the top, right there.
The official PTT dinner.
Barbecue. Matt's coming out. Reeland's coming out. We're gonna have a Powerstroke. I don't know, not cook off because that's kind of lame. We're gonna have a Powerstroke. We're gonna have a Powerstroke burn. No, that's kind of lame too. I don't know. We're gonna have our Power Strokes. These two bozos are gonna cook some meat.
Dude, oh my gosh, Ryan, I have the
guys are going down, man.
Dude, I need to get some parts for the old Weber Smoky Mountain because
Cody's bringing the beans.
Sorry, we're doing I'm seeing how well Cody actually knows me.
I haven't seen your name come across.
Oh, damn it! I didn't even send it to the right person. I was asking Cody. Cody's over here asking me things, so I was asking him what my Stars ID was because he apparently knows who I am. So then we'd really know if he's seen any of my contacts.
I know you.
Nope,
no, but anyways, not to get too far off topic.
It's funny when I talk to Al because I'm like, I wanted to say something to him so bad. I'm like, all right, man. Well, I guess it's all the questions I have. It's like, do you guys, can I give you my number? Like, can I get you? Like, no, we don't. I'm like, and then some dude comments months later. It's like, did you happen to call into the Ford Technical Hotline? I was like, are you serious? This guy found me? Like, no way.
I've never had a phone call with the hotline. I've only had like web contacts.
Just today, I was driving a step van. I was driving a step van with an LCF motor in it. Have you ever seen that?
Dude, I still got to get that LCF in.
Bro, I've never seen that before. It was a step side van, which I would have thought would have had a 6.8 in it. FedEx, but it had a 4.5.
Oh, shoot. Speaking of hotline things, I need to contact Hotline here in a couple days because I need to get a freaking Nets login. So, Cody, if you can do that for me.
Not my area. I'm in Diesel.
I know, but you can still give me a Nets login.
No, that's above my pay grade.
How can you not do that? They always give it to us.
That's isn't that with the IDS people?
Module programming.
Maybe it is. They'll probably. I'm just gonna send it to Diesel anyway, so you can say me that's not you, and you'll refer me to.
I'll just transfer it. Like, I'll transfer it if it's not in our area.
Does anybody ever call in with like old stuff, like older, like over 10 years?
Wait, so are you actually not in Florida?
I am actually in Florida. We are working remote.
Okay.
So that's why you have that headset?
Yep. Well, it's what I use in the office too. So
I should have known better, dude. Al had the same headset on.
I'm up here talking about, do you feel like they're competent on the other end?
Yeah, dude, you guys set me up.
No, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know who the guest is. I don't know nothing.
He didn't know nothing either.
Dude, the headset. I should have.
Do you feel
ever
competent?
Breaker 19, we got a Cessna 028. Copy.
Oh man.
I mean, I can speak for.
Would ever say breaker 19. Actually, you know what? He might. If he was sitting undercover trying to get Rubber Duck busted for having a black eye going down the road, just saw a gator on the side of the road. Rubber Duck, you lost a tire.
Rubber Ducky. Ain't no rubber duckies up on these P-strokes. Family. I don't know. What time we at here? 1 hour.
I don't know.
9 minutes.
Obviously late enough that I hear my girlfriend brushing her teeth.
Oh, this might be a good time to end
toothbrush.
Make sure to check us out. All of our social medias. We'll put a
you just thought about that, didn't you?
In the top. Reach out to us if you want to get on the podcast. We're having fun. I know we get off a little topic, but it's genuinely fun busting each other's chops. Make sure to check out Hotshots. Check out PTT's discount code. Make sure to check out DS Trucks.
Check out Matt.
He's gonna
_Rodin on TikTok
soon.
If you want to before we go, if you want to try the Hotshots oil, 5W40. My code is DS-Trucks.
Boom, done. Check out my merch. Cody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you.
10-4 over and out, Rubber Duck.